What's your idea of a great meal? What's your favorite food? A good steak? Fresh seafood pasta? When you're feeling indulgent, what's your go-to splurge? Extra cheese on your pizza, or maybe break out the shrimp? Ever wonder how really rich people treat themselves? I mean, do they eat the same food as you and me? No, obviously they do not. I mean, when you win the lottery, you'll definitely upgrade your dinner. You'll cultivate a discerning palate like other rich people. You'll turn up your nose at all those budget, no-fame foods you ate today. Just so you're ready for that big day, here are some of the most expensive foods only the rich can afford. First up, when you're sipping on Dom Perignon and need a snack, how about some sturgeon eggs? Almas Caviar, Iran, $900 an ounce. We've all heard that beluga caviar is the most expensive caviar in the world, right? Well, beluga caviar comes from the sturgeon, which takes 25 years to produce eggs. The Almas caviar is even more rare, as it comes from an albino sturgeon that is 60 to 100 years old. Supposedly, this special caviar has a creamy, buttery flavor that is very distinctive. If you're not hungry enough for a kilo, you can buy a small tin for a mere $1,200. Did I mention it comes in a 24-karat gold-plated tin? Don't even try to get out of it. You have to eat caviar if you're rich. Wagyu Beef, Japan, $300 a steak. When you're feeding your inner caveman, what's your craving? A good AAA steak? Hamburger? Well, the most prized beef around the world comes from Wagyu cattle, which will set you back $150 to $300 for a single steak. What makes this steak so sought after? It's all in the fat. Good cuts of steak will have fat laced throughout the steak, called marbling. The Wagyu steak has loads of marbling. Yep, this is one sumptuous, juicy, fat steak. According to those lucky enough to have tasted real Wagyu beef, it's like a steak that's been drenched in hot, melted butter. Don't mind if I do. Coffin Bay Oyster, Australia, $100 each. Rich people love oysters. I imagine it's because they need something to soak up all that champagne. Imagine the first person to come across an oyster. Okay, let's break open this rock and eat that nasty, squishy, fishy middle. Nah, let's not even cook it. What the heck were they thinking? Oysters are an acquired taste, but so delicious once you get an appreciation for them. Not to mention, a supposed aphrodisiac. For oyster lovers, a trip to Coffin Bay, Australia is a must. These oysters grow up to 1 kilo and cost around $100. Whether it looks like a delicacy or something out of a horror film depends on if you like oysters or not. How do you even eat an oyster that size? With lemon, of course, you peasant. White truffle, Italy, $10 a gram. Quick, when I say truffles, what do you think of? Rich melty chocolates? No, we're talking truffles for rich people, so it's gotta be of the mushroom variety. Mushroom truffles likely harvested by the most well-mannered of pigs. At some posh restaurants, the truffle is presented in a velvet-lined box and charged by the shaving. Be careful, just 5 grams or a single shaving could add $60 to your dish. So what do they taste like? Its flavor has been described as garlicky, oniony, like dirt, like body odor? Ew. None of this sounds terribly pleasant, but it's reminiscent of pheromones or musk that our nose may not enjoy, but our brain seems to get oh so passionate about it. These truffles are more money than I can afford. Densuke, or black watermelon, Japan, $4,500. It's just a watermelon, right? What's the big deal? The black watermelon looks like a cannonball, or maybe a bowling ball, but inside is sweet, red, juicy watermelon. These melons are grown only in one place in Japan, so the harvest is limited. When auctioned, they fetch thousands of dollars. The bright red inside is super sweet and crunchier than a regular watermelon. In Japan, fruit is no joke. It's a status symbol and worthy of flaunting. Forget walking around with your Gucci bag. Carry a densuke instead. Kopi Wawak coffee, Indonesia, $35 to $100 a cup. This is rumored to be the best coffee in the world. But at $30 to $100 a cup, you won't see it served at your local Starbucks. This coffee is unique in how the beans are collected. Coffee beans are usually picked by hand, but these beans are picked up from the ground. After they're pooped out by a civet. The civet is a little wild forest creature that is a cross between a cat, a bat, and a raccoon. Yeah, so apparently these cute little guys love to eat coffee cherries, but don't fully digest them. The process of the beans literally going through the civets make for a mellow, slightly sweet cup of java. Just enjoy the coffee, don't think too much about it. Iberico ham, Spain, $100 a pound. This is the world's most expensive ham and costs around $100 a pound, or to put in perspective, around $40 for a sandwich. This is not the ham you want to slather with mustard and pickles. The flavors are complex, salty, savory, and pops with delicious bits of fat. So why is this ham so expensive? 3 reasons. 1, it comes only from the rare Iberico hog. 2, acorns. The pig is only fed acorns, lots of acorns. 3, it takes at least 2 years to cure the ham. So, now you understand why your ham sandwich is taking so long. Pule, donkey cheese. Serbian, 1,000 euros per kilo. I'm not puling your leg. They make cheese out of donkey milk. There are only 100 jennies, that's a female donkey, but you knew that, right? Used to produce the milk. The flavor is like Romano or Asiago with a crumbly texture like feta. Obviously, Pule is free-range and organic. The super healthy cheese is lower in fat and higher in nutrients than a cow's milk. Chances are you won't be getting a taste anytime soon. This cheese is ordered in advance and sold out even before the milking starts. Maybe you can camp out at the Saffron Nature Reserve where it's made until the next batch is ready. When you're rich, you wouldn't have anything better to do. Aceto balsamico tradizionale, Italy, 70 euros a bottle. You've heard that bad wine tastes like vinegar? Well, these wines should be so lucky. Aceto balsamico tradizionale, or traditional balsamic vinegar from Modena, Italy, is serious business. Here, you'll find cellars full of oak barrels that rival those of vintage wines. The vinegars are aged from 12 to 25 years to become thick and slightly syrupy. The expression goes to say, one generation makes balsamic for the next. The flavor of this vinegar is anything but sour. Tart, maybe with hints of cherry, chocolate, and oak. Aceto balsamico tradizionale will cost more than most wines at the table. Saluto! Saffron, Spain, $500 an ounce. 5,000 crocuses have to be hand-harvested to make just 1 ounce of this precious spice. Thank goodness, we don't need a ton of saffron to add to a dish, just a pinch will do. That pinch will only cost between $2 to $4. Saffron adds a distinctive yellow-orange hue and spicy floral flavors to whatever you're cooking. If you've ever eaten paella, you know what saffron tastes like. Of all the items on this list, saffron might be one luxurious item you can actually afford, even though it's like $10,000 a pound. Acqua di Cristallo Tributo o Modigliani, $60,000 a bottle. This is a crazy price for water, right? Who in their right mind would... Okay, never mind, but someone did pay that for a bottle of water. Not just any bottle, the bottle is made of 24 karat gold and is a blend of water from France, Fiji, and an Icelandic glacier. Additionally, 23 karat gold dust is sprinkled in the actual water. The bottle is exquisitely designed to resemble a silhouette, like an Oscar, and likely a collector's item. The gold in the water makes it alkaline, which is supposed to be good for you. Do you think they'll sell me a sip of the water for $50? Just a few drops? I get it, I can't even afford water. There you have it. When you hit the lotto, this is your food list. Invite your friends and family. They will happily join you in a sumptuous meal. After all, you're buying, right? Imagine how impressed they'll be when you know exactly how to spend your newfound wealth in these rare delicacies. Until you strike it rich, what's your go-to indulgence? It doesn't have to cost hundreds of bucks to taste great, right? Or does it? Let me know what your food splurge is in the comments below. Until next time, enjoy your ramen.